Good, I think. We're live. We're live, Shar.
All right, here we are.
Here we are. Hello, hello, hello to all who are with us this morning. It is almost lunch time, and I am super pleased to be here with Shar. Shar and I thought we'd just jump in and just spend like 5 or 7 minutes with you to talk about the importance of FireCircle 2021 and the theme of one family, and a little bit about our perspective about what leading looks like today and what the invitation, I think, of what leading looks like today and what it feels like to be at the fire. So I can see people joining us already. I'm going to see if I'm looking at the right. Oh, here's our comments. Okay, good. I've got it all. So Shar, I'm going to just pass over to you as the visionary and founder of Powerhouse, and really the caller at the fire. You stand at the fire and say, "Come, come, come, come." What do you want to invite us into in this moment this morning?
Well, I'll give you a tiny bit of context if you've never heard of the FireCircle, or maybe you've heard that term. It's crazy to think, but it wasn't too long ago where we did a leadership accelerator, an impact accelerator in Regina, and there was a pretty specific call at that accelerator to take some tangible action and figure out what the impact was you were here to make in your organization, in your community, in your life as a leader. And really, we wanted to mobilize leaders in a really heart-centered way, but through whole leadership, like listening beyond our brains, listening beyond our bank accounts, and listening to a deeper call. We were ready and set to make our way to Eastern Canada in 2020, and we were going to do our first ever FireCircle in Ottawa. We were super excited to do another call out there and to see who the self-identified, leaders and change makers and innovators and just social impactors and people that were looking to lead at a higher level and live at a higher level. Who that would be. And then things changed. As we all know, things changed. And so in the last 12 months, we have done our FireCircles online, and we have come to them with every bit of presence and intention, and just bringing it all to consciously curate and create a really memorable experience to connect, not only on as Christina Benty would say, soul to soul, not role to role. So a really diverse cross-section of leaders from government, entrepreneurship, social impact, small business owners, community leaders, but folks that were ready to go beyond business and balance sheets and bank accounts to really think about, okay, why am I here in this lifetime as a leader? Where am I walking in the next decade? And how can I walk maybe a little differently than the last decade? And what's that conversation look like? And so in the last 12 months, we've done 2 FireCircles, and we have committed to 18 more every April and every November from now until 2030 to get us and a collective of leaders who will come with us to where we'd like to go and where we'd like to reimagine by 2030. Like that's the purpose of the FireCircle. But if you don't have a purpose, then what's the point? So, what's the point? And so it's important to lay that out for folks, I think.
And I think I want to turn a little bit of urgency up on this, because I think 2030 is it's we think in decades. We often overestimate what we can do in a year, but underestimate what we can do. Or maybe it's the flip. I can't remember, but it's like we underestimate what's possible. And the urgency piece is, it's, we've heard that, and I don't want to put doom and gloom, but truthfully, we have heard we're on finite time around when we can turn things around. And whether we believe in that or don't believe in that, it's not about what we believe. It's there are things in motion on the planet that we know that because we have a track record of turning things around. We've turned things around before, but we don't turn things around unless we're active in it. And I think from my own lens, that we're in a place in leading now where we are way outside the norms of how we've led before. And there really isn't a model on how to lead, how to lead, as we say, beyond belief, like lead beyond the boxes of what you have to check off to get stuff done. And the 2030 goal for all of us at Powerhouse really is about the world that we're creating in the next decade. And as you said, there are 18 fire circles between now and 2030. And from my hot seat, it's, I want to play with, and I do want to play. I want to play my way into the future. I want to play into the healing of the planet. I want to play into I want to be joy fueled as we move forward and brave in that. And I want to play with people who are committed to a 2030 healed place. And to me, the FireCircle is a place to do that, to listen to leaders that I don't normally get to hear from, to offer my bit into the conversation, to offer my questions and my possible solutions, and to listen to the collective wisdom of what is our next step. To me, that's what I get the most excited about the FireCircle, because it's not like anything else I have ever contributed to or sat in and watched. Nothing. There's no audience anymore. You're not an audience. Like, no one gets to just do this or this. It's like, this is a place to get active and still be, if you're an introvert, you can still be an introvert and active. Not everyone has to be, loud and like me, but you can still contribute.
I imagine the day when we can walk up to another human being, another person, and instead of asking, only how are you doing, asking questions like, what are you up to in the world? Like, what really matters to you? And, for that person to know where they stand and know what they stand for, and to have those kind of conversations, what's deeply important to you. And we have done, we've done the coffee and networking chats and the business forums and the entrepreneurial summits out the yin yang. And I'm not saying that they aren't important, but I am saying that what I'm looking for goes deeper now. And for me, it was that realization that, we are the leaders that we've been waiting for. And there's research out there that says, to shift a society, you shift 3.5%. And we've seen remarkable advances in technology, in sport, in music, in medicine. Okay, let's see those kind of advances and the trajectory shift in leadership, in social well-being, in community development, in care, in mental wellness. Like, we know it's possible because we've seen it on one side of the spectrum. So the model is there. So as our priorities shift and our attention shifts, and those happen with conversations. So I hope the FireCircle becomes that twice a year check-in point where people just high five and go, yeah, the project I'm working on, that initiative that I'm working on, that's one of the solutions that we're all pretty passionate about. That is, this is how it's going for me. And I'm here to be accountable, to make new connections, to expand. And they're just twice a year touch points for social innovators, impact champions, leaders who are actively working towards the world they want in 2030. That's what I would love the fire circles to become.
I love that. I just have this like visual of this is how it's going for me. Like, and I know that we're so for those of you who haven't met Powerhouse yet, we also gather every Wednesday morning in something called Gather for Her. And it's a webcast and a web series. And if you, and we've been doing it for a year now. And what we're noticing is that those who come back every Wednesday, that's what's happening. This is how it's going for me. And whatever they're leading with in their life is what's on the table. It's actually what we're talking about. And so just to be really clear about why Shar and I are here and talking about this right now is FireCircle 2021. Our theme for this one is one family. How would we live? How would we lead? What decisions would we make if we truly believed and lived as one family? That's the question that we're exploring. And we're here to say, we want you there. We want you at the fire. So this is open to anyone watching. And what we know is that you'll already know if you're supposed to be there right now. Like you're watching this and something, because that's what happened to us. That's what we notice. All the people who come to FireCircle, to Powerhouse, they get like this, like stirring. Something inside them stirs, and they just know they need to be there. And you're a social impactor, you're a leader, you care about the planet, you care about your community, you are a leader that might just be waking up to yourself as a leader. You are someone who recognizes that the way we've been doing things isn't working, and you can feel there's another way, but you may not know what it is. And you might even have suggestions about what it is. And we want you at the fire. I want to close this up because I know we're moving into lunchtime. And I just want to, and is there any thoughts? Oh, we should say the dates. April 15th is our opening night, featuring a show that I've written called Oh My God, about the divisive ways that we've been living and how it doesn't have to be like that. It's written in a spirit of reconciliation and bridge building. And then we have a Friday morning session and a Saturday morning session. And that is the 16th and the 17th. And I just, the other piece I want to say though, Shar, that people don't know about us before I skip into this, I want people to know that Powerhouse as a house is about human expansion realized. So if you're a man watching this, you are welcome at the FireCircle. I want to make sure that that's clear. And the other piece I want to make sure people know is that we're a 100% Indigenous owned organization, and that this is a bridge organization. And I'm going to just pass to you really brief, Shar, to speak a little bit to that before we do close, because I think that's really unique and important about this organization.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, Powerhouse is here to do some really important work in the world. And we're a house of leaders where we hold space for the healing that needs to happen for each of us individually, but also collectively. And so we carefully, respectfully, deliberately open conversations and invite new relations. What if every day how we lived and how we were witnessed by others was so powerful that was reconciliation in action? Like, what would that be like? So we're here to just fully explore through modeling how to live with more faith, how to live with more hope and possibility, and really what it might look like if we held each other up in our highest potential for our greatest good and just allowed the space, the home for that to happen.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for that. So you can register for FireCircle One Family on the Powerhouse website. It's right on the homepage. Know that the pricing is tiered. We want to make sure that everyone who wants to be there can be there. If anything comes up for you around anything about being able or not being able to be there, please send us a message. We want you there. we know that you are a leader ready for impact. So let's do that together. Thank you, Shar.
Thank you.
All right, let's do this again sometime, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, we'll see you at the fire, everybody. Have a
Thank you.
great, great day.